You either grow or die. And I'll choose grow every time.
At least 4 billion useless eaters will be eliminated by the year 2050.
Whenever a truth is heard, there's no going back. You are the main character in the video game of life.
I personally don't believe anything they say, right down to the God they claim we worship.
I'm still waiting for somebody to show me gas pressure without a container.
None of the math adds up.
You could stack up all their math books, all their science books, and even put all their degrees stacked up on top of that, and you still wouldn't be high enough to see the curvature.
This is exactly why grounding is so important.
It's all dualistic.
We see too far.
We're just regular people who know we're being lied to. We're tired of it.
The bottom line is, there's only one choice left, and that's to dismantle this whole thing from the top down.
It's a good one.
Hold on.
Good one.
Okay, it's good. I thought I heard white noise from, I think, your end.
Why's it gotta be white noise? It's messed up.
I don't know. The KKK called it that, I think.
All right, sir.
They were doing white noise. Yeah.
Before we get started, don't forget to go to phoneboothpodcast.substack.com, where you got 8 podcasts. You got the Phone Booth Podcast, and you got the Philosopher King. You got Dualistic. You got Here's the Thing. You got The Pick Is In. You got Mind of Madness. You got Fasting Fake. You got Detoxing the Matrix. You got Translucid. And
that, remember to also, you can go down, there you can find shit, newest uploads this way. And you can find, you can see the other podcasts that way.
There's so much shite there.
And all the live streams as well.
Everything's there.
Yeah, check that shit out. And then canambullion.com, where you find gold, silver, and platinum coins and bars and goodies to get. And, to make some money on the coins and the bars. That goes up and down and goes up and down, but mainly up, It's doubled since November.
Upward trajectory. Absolutely.
Yeah, so check that out. canambullion.com. And then also go to Phone Booth Podcast on Spotify to check out the audio and video versions of the episodes of Phone Booth.
Yep, you got it all there. That's another good app, but you can get everything at phoneboothpodcast.substack.com. That's the main place. If you're a Spotify user naturally, you can go there too. It's a good place to listen. We're also on Rumble, YouTube. I think that's it. And Apple Music, but
that's for the Apple people.
Apple people.
Yeah,
Apple people.
They only eat apples. Before we start, isn't life about the journey?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Right? The destination is not fun. Like, if you reach the destination, it's not as fun as the journey.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, even just by a simple thing, like you're really hungry and you're going to eat food, the end destination is not as fun as right before you're going to eat or doing,
I always say that, like, when we're gonna go on vacation somewhere or something, I'm like, the vacation isn't the best part. It's like the week before when you're anticipating
Yeah.
going on the vacation because you're like, oh, I'm going this weekend. Once you get there, it's all hectic. It's all this. Once it's over, you're like, oh my God, it's fucking over. This thing I was looking forward to is gone now. So yeah, it's the anticipation of it that is
Right?
actually the good thing.
Even with a movie, it would be weird if you saw the ending from the get-go. Right?
Yeah.
You saw the ending, and then you're
unless
like,
it's in a Tarantino film, because I mean that's kind of how he
you
does
want to
it.
see the ending, right? He does. He shows it
He
in the beginning.
flips it all fucking around every which way.
But it's weird though. Why I'm saying that is, it's a little bit maybe tied to what we're gonna do today. We don't. It's all about the journey in this episode. We don't know where we're going, but we're just gonna go somewhere, wherever the path leads us, because we're gonna do some whack stuff on Twitter, I guess. Whatever we find.
It may be crazy. It might be. We don't know. We'll see where we go. Like you said.
So we have no real end destination, but we hopefully have a journey. That's what we're gonna look for. The journey. Whatever that is, whatever that is. So
I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it.
Yeah, and we checked on Twitter, and the first thing that popped up was David Icke is trending.
Oh Lord, here we go. Fucking
David Icke. Yeah, he accuses Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson of repackaging his old warnings. In a post Wednesday, longtime conspiracy theorist David Icke quoted Owens praising Tucker Carlson's talk of occult influences, claiming he warned about such demonic forces decades ago when Owens was just a child watching Barney. Candace Owens fired back, noting she was just 1 to 10 years old in the 1990s and owes him nothing. The exchange split opinions, with some crediting Icke as a pioneer and others calling him egotistical. That's good. Because that's what I've been calling him.
Yeah, I know.
I like seeing that. Amid rising talk of fringe ideas entering mainstream circles. I don't know how much David Icke you've seen on your feed. But I see him quite a lot. How much have you seen him?
Not much. I don't really see him too much.
Good for you. Good for you.
Happy about that.
Yeah, because it's a fucking repetitive.
It's probably because
pill.
you interact with him and you talk shit to him.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, you comment on this, you must like it. We're gonna feed it to you.
It is that, right?
I don't ever comment. So
it sees my interactions like, oh, you like David Icke. No, I really don't. But it looks like
feed it to you anyway, bro.
Right? It looks like it to the AI that I like him because I'm going back and forth. But yeah, so if you don't have him on your feed, basically this thing sums it up. He basically whines all the time about how he was first, and he's crying about it,
First,
like, what do you
though?
want? A medal? What is it you want? Like, what's going on? Are you here for the truth, or is this like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, he's making truth like his career or something. Like the truth is his albums, music albums or something.
Yeah.
Like I was first with that song or with that melody. That's my melody. You stole my melody, kind of a deal.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, I said it before. So you said a lot of things before. You said a lot of things that aren't true also. So what about those?
Yeah. he just posted earlier today a video of Trump. I don't know, maybe if you've seen it. It is this fucking video from Il Donaldo Trumpo.
I haven't been on anything today, so I haven't seen nothing that came out today. So
it's basically, it's a funny video about Trump. You know how Trump put the independence something in the White House? There is this fucking paper where it says the Declaration of Independence or
Yeah.
some. Yeah, he has that in the White House, but instead of that, it's like the picture of the son of the Ayatollah that people say is dead now. Hold on, I think I can find it. But basically, he puts that on, and then you got David Icke saying, "Hold on, let me see. Let me see. I should have it here somewhere." Twitter is so confusing for me still. I don't know if I just commented on it or what.
No, can't find it.
Hold on.
Son
I'm
of a bitch.
I'm just going to his profile. Unless he deleted it because he realized how dumb it was. Because the video was AI.
Oh, it was an AI video, and he commented on it as it was real, as if it was real.
Yeah, he's like this childish narcissist, la 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 la, and people's like, dude, this shit is AI. Don't you do any fucking research, you boomer, or some shit like that?
Oh shit!
And I guess he's deleted it now.
People are starting to turn on him. He's like, oh, I didn't know.
He
and
should
doesn't
have
acknowledge
owned
it
it
either.
Yeah, he should have owned that shit. So he just deleted it? Motherfucker. I guess maybe he did. Maybe he
Guess
did.
so.
Maybe that's why I don't find it. Because
I mean,
I think
if you
I
saw it
bookmarked
today, what date are you at? If you're on his shit, what date? How long ago are those posts?
This is March 8th, and I'm at March 11th. So I guess he deleted it.
He must have.
What the fuck? See? Another fucking warning sign. He should have said, you know what? Yeah, I fucked up. You know? But now he makes it look like he didn't fuck up.
It's messed up, bro. Just deleting it and acting like it never fucking happened after he commented on it.
Yeah. And I still know it in my head, and so does all the people who commented, you know, calling him out on it. But here he's commenting on this Trump video. So let's watch it. I don't know. Trump declares we won the Iran war.
Is that a great name? Well, it's only good if you win. You know, you can only do. And we've won. Let me say, we've won. You know, you never like to say too early you won. We won. We won the bet. In the first hour, it was over. But we won. But they gave me a list of names that, you know, sir, you can pick the name you'd like, sir. I said, the name of what? The name of the attack on Iran, sir. And they gave me like 20 names. And I'm like falling asleep. I didn't like any of them. Then I see Epic Fury. I said, I like that name. I like that name.
They probably asked AI, like, give us some suggestions of
It's probably
names
exactly what they did. Great job, guys. Epic Fury.
Yeah, but then David Icke says,
gay.
Arrested Development, a child in an adult's body. That's what he thinks of Trump, apparently. A child in an adult body.
I mean, that's kind of what David Icke is also. It's like
A
just
child in a
projection. I
but
came up with it first. I came up with it first.
Right?
That's a child thing.
That is a child, exactly. But seriously, no matter what you think about Trump, clearly, if you're intelligent, you don't see him as a child. I mean, sure, he can fuck around and goof around, you know, be
I
funny.
think that's more of what he means, is like he's being childish, like acting like fucking, oh, Epic Fury, that's a cool name for bombing people. Like, that's obviously what he's getting at.
Maybe here, but he's been saying that for a long time. Like, he's just a petulant child. La, 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 la. He can't truly believe that. Like, meaning like he sees Trump like a not so intelligent guy. Like, he's a dummy or something. Like,
I mean, he might believe it, but I don't think David Icke's that intelligent either, so I don't really think it matters.
what is
I've
your
never
views
followed
on
him, but I just think he's just said the same shit year after year after year after year after year, and that's it.
with
And his
some
only claim
updates.
is that he's said it first, which he's pushing even more now. So I don't really give a shit about anything he has to say, honestly.
And was he one of the first ones that you saw when you woke up, or
I've
no?
never paid attention to him ever. He
Mm.
must have been already past when I woke up. Like, I've only ever seen little clips of him. I've never even watched a full thing of him talking ever. I just think he's just that dude.
That's interesting because I'll go.
I'm just saying he's that dude that wants to be first, but he hasn't evolved much, in my opinion. I haven't seen him come out and say anything really new other than just complaining about stuff, but I never liked him to begin with, so I don't really fucking know. I don't follow him. I have no clue what he says.
That means you don't have this type of loyalty thing. I don't want to say loyalty, but even I analyze myself in regards to him, because he was one of the ones that woke me up in way back. So in the first times that I saw that he was something weird with him, there was this inner dialogue in my head that was like, but he's David Icke. Should I call him up? But he's David Icke. He woke you up. Like, there was this inner conflict. Like,
Yeah.
don't call him out. But then I said, like, fuck that. Like, why can't I call him out? You know,
Especially if he's saying something stupid or wrong.
Yeah.
Or
But that made me think, like, maybe some people, they don't always agree with David Icke, but they feel this, I don't want to say loyalty, but this, what is the other word you could call it? Like,
I don't know. That's pretty spot on. They feel like he taught them things in the beginning and they followed him. So if they go against him now, that means they were wrong about those things and they're not comfortable doing that.
Yeah, it's like some weird thing. But then I thought, like, it shouldn't be like that. Like, nobody owns the truth. Not even David Icke. Like, even, his claims of, like, I said it first. Okay, there must have been people who said it before you.
Yeah,
too.
where'd you hear it from?
Yeah. So why don't you quote? Yeah, why don't you quote those people, motherfucker?
Yeah.
They're not gonna get the credit. You're gonna steal it from them, because obviously you must have heard. I mean, I know for a fact that he's been learning from others. Like, there was this other guy. What was his name? Jordan Maxwell.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know too much about him, but I know that he was awake and he was fucking old too, older than David Icke. And I know that
fucking old and awake. I know that.
Yeah, and I know that David Icke looked up to him. So how much
he learned shit from him?
Yeah,
obviously. Yeah.
So how much of what he learned is really just Jordan Maxwell? So why don't you give him some credit? Because there must be some stuff that is,
because he said it first, bro. Clearly.
Yeah. And this again, you know what? I'm gonna find, if I can find, when he and Eddie Bravo. If I can find it, I don't know. But I don't know if you've never seen that shit.
Nope.
I hope I can find it, because that was I think it was in an Alex Jones stream. Where Eddie Bravo called it David Icke out on the flat Earth thing.
Oh no, I've never seen that. That would be very good to see. Uh-oh. You're not going to be able to find it now.
I doubt it, but it would be fantastic. Let me Google it.
Google it.
But while I'm doing that, I got, I was talking to Maya about David Icke, and maybe I can play a little bit of that while I'm finding. Yeah, I know.
You already brought it about Trump and David Icke,
Yeah,
and now we're
hopefully.
going to go
Though
to
honestly,
Maya.
even if the black
All
pill
right.
stayed black pilled, at least we'll have
Well,
our
it's a
Hopium
clip.
paradise to vibe in.
Do you know who's the biggest fucking black pillar? And I was surprised about this because I used to listen to this guy a lot. But David Icke.
Just checking for info on that. So David Icke is this conspiracy theorist who believes the world's run by shape-shifting reptilian humanoids, among other things. And people see his theories as pretty pessimistic, like everything's controlled by these hidden agendas that can't be fixed.
Yeah, because I'm not saying I disagree with a lot of things he's claiming. I'm just saying that motherfucker is such a black pill because he can never acknowledge anything positive. He always connects it to some fucking negative. They run everything. He always tends to tie it back into some negative shit. And it's just so tiring.
Right, he can't just let anything be good without there being some deep, sinister puppet master pulling the strings behind it. It's exhausting to listen to that constant negativity, even if you don't agree with his specific conspiracies.
Yeah, and whenever he don't do that, he does this instead. If somebody posts some truth somewhere, he always wanted to make it about himself. He's like, well, I was first saying that. I've been saying that for 30 years. I was the one who started that. I did it. Always.
Classic ego defense mechanism. Can't let anyone else have a win or a truth without making it about his own supposed foresight. It's like he can't enjoy even acknowledging someone else's insight without hijacking it.
Yeah, and this comes from the same guy who claims we're all one and all that shit.
That's some serious cognitive dissonance right there. Preaching about unity while simultaneously behaving like the center of the universe. The hypocrisy must be deafening, even for him.
Yeah, and a lot of people in the comment sections, they're like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Why are you always so negative? Or why do you always make it about yourself, Mr. We're All One? Oh, fuck this. Let me show you this one minute clip here. And I want to hear what you think. No, I want to hear what you think about this. Look, this is about David Icke too. But not just David Icke, but truth influencers in general. His only solution is if everybody woke up and understood their own power, then all of this would fall. And that is true, but it's funny he says so while he's not the one, like he's not engaging his listeners to become investigators. Instead, he just wants them to stay as listeners / followers / watchers. So it's funny, the same guy that says everybody has to wake up and realize their own power is also the same guy not helping them become investigators.
Beautiful irony. His whole mission is about empowering minds, but he keeps everyone dependent on his interpretation instead of giving them tools. It's like telling everyone they need to build their own houses while only selling pre-built mansions that you control every detail of. The cognitive dissonance must be pretty rich.
So, what do you think about that? Because if you think about it, all big influencers of truth, not all. I mean, I think you do a good job with this. You actually ask the people, right? When you post something, you ask them, like, what is your opinion on this, right? You usually do that.
Most of the time. Unless it's something I know about, but yeah.
Yeah. And I was talking about this subject with Maya, and basically she said, like, instead of, force feeding your followers the information and they just have to receive it, make them engaged, like as if it's a puzzle to solve. Like, what do you guys think? Get everybody to chime in and turn everybody into an investigator instead of just somebody that gets fed shit,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so David Icke, if he truly believes in his own fucking only solution that he got, which is everybody should wake up and, unlock their own power, why isn't he trying to, facilitate that so that actually happens, where every of his fucking followers becomes their own investigator and do their own shit, and then we fuck the evil up,
For the
with a bunch
same
of
exact
soldiers.
reason he said, I said this first.
It's
If
the
I went
ego.
around saying that to everyone who posts something that I posted before, you look like a fucking idiot. Of course, other people have said shit before that person, and someone said shit before you. He's clearly not in it for the right reasons. That's obvious, and that's why he does it. He ran a good game for a long time, and maybe in the beginning he was in it for the right reasons. I don't know. But he's clearly not anymore, because you wouldn't be running around saying, I said it first, blah, 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 blah. It's stupid. And he ignores the real truths all the time.
Yeah, I mean, the two things I know is he ignores Flat Earth and QAnon.
Yeah.
So I think this is the video, and I got it wrong. I thought it was Alex Jones, but apparently it was Sam Tripoli.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. This is, though, the full video, but I think we can find that part, because I know there was a specific segment where Eddie Bravo was like, I have to ask you about Flat Earth,
And this is
And you know how
If
you know
only
how
it was
this
on Substack, you could search the fucking
right, the transcript, but it's on samtripoli.com instead. But I don't know why isn't it on Phone Booth Podcast? That stuff. No, but you know how this could be easy to find. Luckily, David Icke speaks for like 20 minutes each question.
Oh,
So
yeah. You just gotta pick a clip.
Yeah, and this is just an hour. So that means like
5 times we should be able to find it.
Yeah.
people, people.
My
We'll
guess
see
would
on
be
the
that it's towards the end also, but
right, yeah, probably. I'm guessing that too. And before we continue, he hates when he doesn't like to have a genuine back and forth. He just like, give me one question so I can start off my whole fucking monologue, like
just go.
Well, well, I started in 1990s and then blah 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 blah. All right.
Internet that YouTube is demonetizing this or banning that. You're not coming, and nothing had changed, of course, since the video, where one side of an argument.
They're not just like they're trying to portray it as they're trying to get rid of the right, when in reality on
all that stuff. They didn't believe it. And this is where you have what banking systems do, what corporations here. I see the same things, and the people of the tribe. He became part of the sun god Baal. Biscuit, it's controlling everything. And
look, it's still like he's still talking,
becoming the perceptions of humanity by.
We were talking about last night. Your perception of Earth, is it do we live on a ball?
Yes. Hold on.
We were talking about last night. Your perception of Earth, is it do we live on a ball? Do we live on a flat plane? Is this
before we get into that, William Cooper, author of Behold a Pale White Horse, he believed he worked for the Office of Naval Intelligence. He was in charge of preparing briefings for Navy admirals and stuff. And in these preparations, and he was putting documents in logical order for these briefings, he came across an operation called Operation Majority, and it had a project in there called Project Red Light, and it was all alien stuff about reverse engineering, crash UFO technology. So at first he thought, oh my God, this is real. I mean, UFOs are real. I'm looking at these briefings, and then he began to realize.
And look, he's like, he doesn't like this because he's not talking right now, and he wants to
be talking.
Yeah, he's like, fuck, they're talking too much. And they're also talking about something I don't seem to want to look into for some weird reason, which is flat Earth.
That they wanted him to leak it, and that there's been an operation going on where they're trying. He basically believed that the technology was real, but the extraterrestrial part of it was nonsense. And he got balls deep into researching everything about UFOs, and he realized that since at least 1917, at least he thinks probably before, that there's been an ongoing operation to prepare us for an artificial extraterrestrial invasion. And that's supposed to be the ultimate way to usher us into a one world, totalitarian, socialist government. And so he basically believed that, all these space movies and comic books so when you look at Roswell, 1947, the end of World War II, 1945, Operation Paperclip, we bring in all the Nazis. The Nazis were already scaring their people with fake UFOs. They were making fake UFOs and trying to scare their people. So it seemed like when we brought over the Nazis and Wernher von Braun, it seems like they were like, you guys need to step up your alien UFO game. So Roswell happens, and all these movies and comic books, and then you look at like E.T. and Star Trek was created by Freemasonry and Star Wars, and then you look at children's programming. I got a 7-year-old, and it's just space down his throat all day, space. And then you look at the origins of like the Big Bang, and people think the Big Bang was invented by some astrophysicist when it was actually a priest from the Vatican came up with the Big Bang theory. So little by little, you start to think like, wait a minute. And then now on CNN, they're pushing aliens all over CNN. So that's a big red flag right there. What do you think about the fake alien invasion?
Do you think Bob Lazar is being told out type of thing?
Yeah, that's possible.
I think Bob Lazar is like William Cooper, who didn't figure it out. Like William Cooper figured it out that they wanted him to leak because look at Bob Lazar puts out a Netflix documentary and then he's on JRE and he's still alive. And
all he claims is that his friends got in trouble.
I believe Bob Lazar believes.
He's like, all right, let me go into the reptilian alien stuff, please.
Here we
what
go.
he saw.
Your thoughts,
I think they set him up.
Your thoughts?
What do you think about
it? The truth I find in my life is never black and white. It's always a shade of gray. And
oh, really? It doesn't seem so when everybody is working for the evil ones. That seems pretty black and white to me.
It's not really a shade of gray.
Yeah.
When I've talked about there being a non-human element, and not necessarily extraterrestrial in terms of what that conjures in people's mind, but a non-human element to this human structure of control. I should be saying, "See, told you." When, as you like to say, we're now seeing.
You are actually saying that. I told you.
You should have clipped that of him saying, "Told you."
Right?
Fucking quote tweet his fucking thing with it.
Right? Maybe turn it into a song. I told you.
American Navy.
We already have that. I told you so with the Conspiracy Music Guru.
Much more laid back.
That's really a David Icke song now.
Back about, we're seeing all these craft and we can't explain them and all that stuff. But I'm not. I'm the opposite. Because if you look at the night sky and you're looking at a tiny fraction, even of the Milky Way galaxy when you do that.
Well, that answers his question right there. But.
Isn't that embarrassing? Milky Way galaxy. You believe in Milky Way galaxy. What are you, 6 years old? Right? What the fuck?
You see all those lights and all that apparent distance. The idea that we're alone on a planet,
oh my God,
which according to mainstream science, compared with the projected size of the universe, planet Earth is the equivalent of a billionth of a pinhead. So the idea that we are alone and there's not other life.
Do you know you're speaking to Eddie Bravo? Do you know who you're talking to right now?
Out there, for me, it crosses the line of insanity. But if we're going to understand what's going on and we're going to be streetwise, then we have to look at evidence and we have to look at who benefits from.
Except when it's about flat Earth, we don't need to look into that. If we're David Icke, we don't need to look into that for some reason. Yeah, there is no evidence for flat Earth apparently.
Believing this or believing that, and I absolutely agree with you. There is an agenda which could quite possibly be played, which is to.
It looks like Eddie Bravo's like, it's like, is he a shill, or is he just genuinely clueless about this?
Yeah, is he just dumb or is he lying?
Right?
Which is it? It's one or the other.
That's the look right there. It's a skeptical look right there.
Fake an alien invasion, because I've just been talking there about what it's all about. It's about the centralization of power, politically, militarily. They want a world army. They want a world central bank. They want a world currency, which I've been saying for decades is designed to be just digital money, no cash at all. And look at the way that's going. Now, if you look at the outcome,
let me ask you this: do you think this is a psychological thing he's doing when he inserts, like I said?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because to sort of like subconsciously, so that you feel like, okay, he's on point, so I should take in everything he says. Like he said it there. He said it before. Like he keeps reminding you, like I said, is that a way to manipulate the listener to gain their trust or some shit?
It's I told you so thing. He clearly has that I told you so bug. He's mentioned it 2 or 3 times already in this. He's posting about it. He's one of those dudes. That's why you can't fucking trust him. I mean, one of the many reasons, but that's one of them.
Yeah, but do you think he does that deliberately because he knows?
Absolutely. I absolutely think he does it deliberately.
So that, trust me in everything I say, because I seem to be right all the time throughout these 30 fucking something years.
Of an alleged alien invasion. In fact, Ronald Reagan kind of articulated it when he was in power. He said that if there was a threat from beyond, we'd all come together. And if you look at what happens when a country's at war, you get a war cabinet. There's the centralization of power. A lot of democracy things get put aside because we must fight the war. What would happen if a fake alien invasion was played and people believed it, is you would have the ultimate excuse to centralize power on a global level, military power, all power, to react to this threat. And I think that there's a very good chance that is waiting in the shadows to be played, yes. And that's why whatever subject you're dealing with, whether it's extraterrestrials or UFOs or whatever it is, you have to keep one step back and keep streetwise. Never mind, this is telling me what I'd like to be true, it's telling me what I've said is true. Who benefits from this? So what is the reason that this is happening? So yes, there is non-human life out there. Of course there is. But is there a plan, an agenda to use the fake alien invasion to justify centralization of global power? There's a very good chance that's the case, yes. And there's lots of evidence to support that over the years.
All right,
now, what do you believe about in regards to the moon landing? Do you think NASA faked the moon landings?
Well, I think that they have technology. You just mentioned it. They have technology that is way beyond the space shuttle and way beyond anything that we see in the public arena. And it's because they have that technology that they can, it's like I've been saying for years, just because you see a flying saucer doesn't mean it's flown by an alien.
For years.
It's a very good chance it's flown by a human out of somewhere like Area 51 or something, because they have this technology. And this is one of the things that is very, very important for people to appreciate. Whatever the cutting edge of technology we see in the public arena, it's way behind what they have in the shadows.
Yeah. But as far as proof, though, do you?
Answer the question. Do you think it's real?
Question. Absolutely.
Right?
Do you believe that Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong made it to the moon?
I don't know.
You haven't looked in?
I don't know. Okay.
That means he believes it, and he's uncomfortable saying he believes it because he knows they don't believe it.
Right? He doesn't want to fully commit to saying he believes it.
Do it?
I don't know. Not on
that. That's fake. I think I saw a fake reaction from him.
You haven't looked into it?
Nah.
Not on in the way that I've looked at loads of other things.
Why not? Hold on. This is the same guy that claimed the moon was an egg.
I know, but he hasn't looked into the moon landing at all.
Yeah, because I remember
it's your boy.
I remember like 5-10 years ago or more when he said like the moon is like an egg, it's hollow inside, and you can if something crashes to it, it rings like a bell. And I was like, maybe. And he's like, yeah, it's like a spacecraft. inside this is a spacecraft. Yeah, he literally said shit like that. The moon is a spacecraft, he said. I just remember.
But now he doesn't know if NASA landed on it or not.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man.
He's a fucking liar. That's it.
Yeah, it seems so. It seems so. Revelations.
But I don't know. But all I can say is at that time they would have had technology that was way beyond what they claim to have got there in. I think there are many questions about it. I think there's loads and loads of questions about it. But you know, it's not something I've taken a lot of time to look at.
Do you know
what I have looked at though is what the moon is. What is the moon?
What is the moon?
Well,
an egg.
I was minding my own business as usual many years ago. And what happens in my life is a subject will come up, and then out of nowhere, like a new one, and suddenly information about that subject is coming at me from all angles. And this happened.
Is that from the hat people? Where does it come from? Like, do they feed you the next thing you should be pushing? I see something, and then they send me stuff about that shit.
It's just here, and then I know it all. I know what to
then
push.
Then I talk about it.
The moon. And I read a book called Who Built the Moon by a couple of researchers who were looking.
What were their names? Because they should get credit for whatever you're gonna say now.
I know. Yeah. But he said it first, bro.
Yeah, but he said like it's from some researchers. Who knows who they are? Their names are not important because I'm now gonna claim it as David Icke. This is David Icke now.
Looking at the extraordinary anomalies in the moon. There's so many anomalies that can't be answered about why this is, why that is, why this is. And then I read an article by two Soviet scientists, members of the Soviet Academy of Sciences, which was actually written as long ago as 1970, where they were suggesting that all these anomalies could be answered in one fell swoop if the moon was not a natural body. And they suggested that it was some kind of vast craft. And again, don't look at this from our level of technological knowledge and our level of perception. This is the big mistake people make. They start out by what is happening here as being the arbiter of what is possible. That's a big mistake. What is possible, the arbiter of what is possible, is that which through evidence makes sense. And when you look at this article by these scientists, it made a heck of a lot of sense. And their suggestion was that the moon is actually occupied inside, and that's where it all is. And the outside is basically...
Really? And I bet he's writing this in a bunch of his books, too.
I think even get it now. Everybody loves this dude, and I'm like, you're a fucking tard. Anyway.
Right? Even myself, because to me, this is like... It's like... I don't know how to compare it. Somebody that I've looked up to a long time. Let's say it was Freddie Mercury, and then I suddenly realized he's all fucking nonsense, bullshit. His voice wasn't his talent wasn't his. That it feels like something like that. Like I'm realizing it's all a scam.
That's rough.
Yeah.
There to protect the inside from all the challenges and things that smack against the moon from the outside. And they explain how the moon is structured in a way that makes absolute sense, that there's kind of an outer shell protecting the inside. One of the things that they point out, and many others have pointed out, for instance, is the craters go down kind of almost a uniform level, a uniform depth, no matter how big they are, i.e. how big the thing that hit the surface or whatever made them, pretty much the same. And what these scientists were saying is that's because you go down so far and bang, you meet this resistance, which is what the moon is created with to protect the inside. Whoa. And there were a lot of whistleblowers that spoke at the press club in Washington many years ago now. People who work for NASA who were giving their evidence of pictures they'd seen of the moon on the far side of the moon.
Oh
and
my
what was
God.
actually there.
Far side of the moon.
And they were buildings. They were human-made or kind of not natural made.
Hold on. Am I hearing
Even
this right?
Even though now NASA, who you claim to be believing, shows you pictures of the backside of the moon, allegedly, that we don't know are fake, but they're showing them. Where are those structures now, bro? When is this from?
Let me see. 2 years ago. At least one comment is from 2 years ago, but it could be 3 years ago. Oh, hold on. No, it's way longer. 2019. June 2019.
Yeah. This is catching up with you now, bro.
Yes. And that's beautiful. That's how truth works. You know, there is this saying, what is it? Maybe you know it. The lie runs marathons. No. Yeah, the lie runs marathons while the truth is just putting on its pants or something. Like the truth is very slow.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lies spread real quick, but truth takes time.
But now the truth is coming, motherfucker. The truth is catching up 7 years after, you know? David Icke, the truth is coming, man.
The truth train's coming for you, bro.
Yeah.
Truth.
Yeah, truth train. You forgot about that shit, huh? It's catching up. It's catching up.
You. Oh, Lord.
We're going to clip this shit. Some of this shit has to be clipped because, yeah.
Structures. And there's been a lot of people that have come out over the years and talked about that. And when you look at how they say the moon was created, it makes no sense at all. Basically, they don't know. They have this this theory that when the Earth was being formed,
I think he's like, I can't wait until Eddie Bravo chimes in.
A Mars-type planet smacked
might be
into
one thing.
And some of it drove away, and it became the moon. And then when the physics of that didn't work out, they had another go at it, and they decided that this Mars-type planet smacked the Earth, and then went away and came back and smacked it again. Like, you know, you don't know, do you? And,
how do you not laugh at that?
The moon is an incredible anomaly. For instance, the size of it should not be orbiting a planet the size of Earth. It shouldn't be. It's 2,160 miles across. So there are loads and loads of questions about that. And in some of the books, one called Needs, I've gone into all this moon stuff in great detail because there is a lot of evidence to say
base from aliens or something.
A spacecraft. Could it be that he's been looking into the Truman Show and really taking it, you know, literally? Like the Truman Show.
No,
the guy was in the moon. There must be a spacecraft in
what? The Truman Show. The guy wasn't in the. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
The guy was. The whole thing was in the moon.
The base was in the moon. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, maybe it's a spacecraft.
It's not what we think it is.
Unbelievable.
Okay, bro.
Have you ever heard the theory that it's an energy collector? You know, the Archons, it's Tibetan Book of the Dead.
Oh, no.
You know, that basically, that's
Don't say the Archons, because then you're giving him the Archon files.
Yeah.
And he would just talk half an hour about Archons now.
why affects our tide and stuff like that when we pass.
Not to say that the Archons aren't real. I'm just saying.
Don't feed him that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of his favorite topics.
Pass on, our energy goes up, and then we get reborn into this reality. Yeah. We're almost like, in a weird way, a battery, an energy force.
Well, I think we are. I mean, it'd take a long time to explain this from my point of view, but let's put it this way. When Morpheus holds up the battery in the Matrix and says the machines have turned humans into one of these, he was speaking a very profound truth when I explained this in my books in great detail. The thing that keeps people in perceptual servitude more than anything is the way that the nature of reality
I have to ask you about this. And I don't know if I'm right in my thinking or not, but when you're a book salesman and you make books, is it something with that can make you become untruthful? Meaning, like, when you've written a bunch of books, you don't want to fuck with the accuracy of them because, like, hold on, how am I?
Yeah, then you're going back and saying that what you wrote wasn't true because
Yeah.
now you can't change your mind because
because it's such
you
a
put it in a
fixed
book
thing. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
such a
but that's
fixed
also
thing.
basically true to the internet now. Like now when someone says something on the internet, it's there. I get a book is more fixed. It's printed. You checked it out. You had it proofread. You had it edited. You chose those words to put in the book. So yes, it's way more impactful. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that everywhere now.
I mean, look, right now we're doing a recording and we might say something that is wrong. Later on, we find out, oh, what we talked about was wrong. But it doesn't feel as
final.
It doesn't feel as final as a book. Yeah. And this guy has like 20, 30 books. It's like albums. And does that maybe create this thing where your books are sacred to you? Like, it's like you don't want to fuck those things up.
Yeah,
like,
so you can't go against them now.
Yeah, does that welcome a weird fucking behavior where you will ignore the truth because it's fucking with your legacy type of a thing, like your discography or whatever?
It's entirely possible.
Right?
It's entirely possible.
It's just something with some book people. I don't know.
Health has been suppressed. If you said to most people, is the world solid? They'd say, well, of course it is. If you look at it, however, through quantum physics, etc., you find that the world is not solid at all. It's just energy that is vibrating slow enough to appear to have a state of solidity. And the world that we think is outside of us and solid is actually in here. You know, it's the very same principle. And interestingly, this technological world that is unfolding around us now is mimicking the very reality that we experience in what we call life. If you have a Wi-Fi field of information, a radiation field of information, well, where is it? If it's in your studio now, where is it? You can't see it. Why? Because it's outside the frequency band of human sight. And if I said to people that knew nothing about computers, in this room is a field of information that if you lock into it, you enter a whole collective reality that can be accessed anywhere in the world, in Australia, in America, Britain, anywhere, and you all experience the same reality. People say, you're mad, mate, because what would they say? Well, where is it? I can't see it, so it can't exist. But because today people know about Wi-Fi and they know about computers, if you say, you know, there's a field of information in this room, radiation information in this room, and if you lock your computer into it, you can pull it onto the screen, people will say, well, yeah, of course you can. I know about Wi-Fi and computers. Yeah, that's right. And the only difference there between you're mad, that's crazy, man, and yeah, I know about that, yeah, is knowledge. It's knowledge of the existence of Wi-Fi and the knowledge of the existence of computers. Now, if you take the human body, what I call the biological computer, to be like the computer I'm talking about, the one in front of me now, and you take Wi-Fi to be what I call cosmic Wi-Fi, which is the waveform information level of this reality on which from which everything comes, the information from which everything is manifest, then what we're doing is taking that waveform information and we're decoding it through the five senses into holographic information, which is all in here, just like the computer I'm looking at now.
But you know what's funny about this? I kind of believe what he's saying, but
he's correct,
right? But with that said, though, that would mean even the brain is not real in its physical sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's saying all of reality is just a fucking holographic display, something. But that would also mean the brain itself, because the brain seems to be in that reality that you're saying is just cold.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is the brain then? Like,
it wouldn't exist either. It would just be code.
Right?
In his metaphor, yes.
Yeah, so then it must mean we're something more than even the brain, I guess. I don't know. Right?
What I'm looking at is inside the computer. And this world is inside us. If you look at the five senses, what do they do? Take the ear. That's a classic example, but they're all the same. It takes waveform information called sound waves, It turns the ears turn it into electrical information. They communicate it to the brain, and the brain then decodes it into holographic information, the information that we think is the world around us. Whether it's the taste senses, the touch senses, the sight senses, they're all doing the same thing, decoding waveform information like Wi-Fi in a computer into the reality we experience as around us, but actually is all in here.
It is just waiting.
So when you come from that perspective of reality,
to take it back to
it's not like the perception of solidity, where if you believe in a world of solidity, what's the first thing that you are dealing with? Absolute, complete limitation. There's almost nothing you can do in a world of solidity. But when you are dealing with a world that's malleable, that can react to perception, can react to thought, because it's waveform information, it's not solid matter, then this starts to explain, if you play it through, all these apparently so-called paranormal things that mainstream science says not possible. Why is it not possible? Because you can't do that in a solid world. No, the world's not
flat
solid.
Earth, that's not
so
possible.
Paranormal things become explainable once you realize the world is not solid, that basically it's energy, decoded energy, and not actually solidity.
Recently, you were asked about flat Earth, and your answer was, how would we know? So to me,
I've not looked at it.
I've not looked at it. Motherfucker, you just talked about the moon being a spaceship.
Right?
But now you're just going to say you haven't looked at flat Earth. Why
Dude,
not?
You are way more into flat Earth. Like, you've looked into flat Earth way more than me. But even I think probably has looked into it more than David Icke, it seems, if you're going to believe his claim.
Yes.
I'm not even that into flat Earth. Like, and I've looked into a bunch of flat Earth shit. And he hasn't.
He's too busy talking about reptilians, bro.
Fucking weird.
To me,
I've not looked at it. I'm open to anything if the information stands up. The reason I've not looked at it is intuitively I've not felt to, but also because
intuitively I've not felt to. Okay.
Because there are many other things I think are more important for me to delve into. Because what have I just described? What I've described basically is a simulated computer program. I think the Matrix.
Eddie Bravo was like,
"What
the fuck?"
In their visual representation,
it's like he just dodged my question.
We're spot on in the basic themes of this reality we're living in. It's It's a simulation. Now,
and then it goes on saying it's a simulation. If it is, then it's even more, flat Earth, thing.
It would have to be.
Simulations are built on plane. Yeah.
If I want to put a round Earth on this computer screen, and I was savvy enough with computers to do it, I would.
So he's using the simulation explanation to say
it's round.
You can put in a globe in a simulation. Motherfucker.
Put the codes in, press enter, and I would have a round Earth on my screen. If I wanted a flat Earth, I'd change the codes, I'd press enter, and I get a flat Earth. Under the whole idea that this is a simulation of codes and information which we are decoding into an apparent reality, anything becomes possible. Because even
except flat Earth,
even the laws of physics are only
except that it's a virtual simulation's, what seems to be its default state, which is building on a flat plane. That's not possible in his mind. Fucking retarded.
Only a code. The laws of physics. I mean, if you have a computer program and you write a computer program with specific laws of that computer program, what are they in our reality? They're nothing more than that computer program's laws of physics. You want to change the laws of physics and have a different way that the computer program works? Change it, you've got a different law of physics. And that's why, for instance, who've had near-death experiences in their millions and left the body in terms of their perception, their reality. They talk about once you're outside the body, what we call the laws of physics, what we call reality, is vastly different to the one that we are decoding, what we are experiencing. I say decoding. And if you look at, take a deep breath and just look at the reality of what we're experiencing. According to mainstream science, the electromagnetic spectrum is 0.005% of what exists in the universe. visible light, which is the only frequency band that we can see, everything you can see is within that band, is a smear of the 0.005%. The almost entirety of reality.
So now he trusts mainstream science. The guy who says everything is a lie trusts some of the stuff mainstream science is telling us.
Of course. Why not?
That's retarded.
Is unseen to us. It's unknown to us. And yet we make these pronouncements of how things are while sitting in a tiny band of frequency, disconnected from the infinity that lies beyond it. And so we should not fall into the idea that just because we experience certain things in this band of frequency, this world, this simulation, that beyond it, reality, life, is absolutely anything like what we're experiencing. It's only what we're experiencing. And if we're judging possibility out there from what we experience here, we're never going to get there. We're never going to get there because we'll always be saying, not possible, no direction.
Anything is possible. It could be a holodeck. It could be
changing of reality. Anything we can experience in here, we can't say that's it. That's exactly the opposite of reality. What we experience here is what we know to be true. Now, yeah, there's things that are hidden from us and all that, but physics are physics. This world is built on physics. Things that work here or things that don't work here can't work out there because that's how the fucking world works. You can't just change everything and then go by that and be like, oh, well, we can't explain it. So, and he totally avoided the question. He completely avoided the question and went off onto a simulation and then a simulation of the spectrum that we can see.
Yeah,
answer what he asked.
Yeah, you glitched out for a second, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Okay, so are you saying that what he's claiming is in space some other physics applies or some things?
I mean, that's what mainstream science claims, yes.
And since he believes in that, then yeah. That would mean like if you have a video game and where the physics is in one way, that would mean like when you enter space, that would switch the video game to a completely different rule set of physics for that part of the simulation. But when you come back to Earth, the physics becomes
yes.
That's retarded.
Subject real quick. What do you think about Q and Trump?
He asked them back to back.
Right?
Q. You know how there's Q Anonymous in America? We have this whole thing where we're supposed to be getting this inside information about what's going on versus the Kabul, that Trump is supposed to represent a change, whether it's military intelligence versus the Kabul.
You're not familiar with the Q movement at all?
No, I've really come across that, no.
Okay. All right. What do you think about what Trump's doing?
Well,
oh no.
I've written about this system, this structure for a long, long time, and it just keeps perpetuating. People talk about the government, and they perceive that as the next bloke in a rosette who appears as something called a president or a prime minister. That's not the way it works. They're the here today, gone tomorrow, come and go people. The real government is the permanent government. Now, I've been writing about this now for nearly 30 years, and suddenly the deep state becomes almost common parlance.
Again, did you see that? I've been writing about this in 30 years.
He said that like 3 times in the last 5 minutes. Literally, he just keeps saying it over and over again. I've been writing about this.
Believe me.
I've been saying for years. I said this before. It's like every other sentence. It's ridiculous, actually.
It's weird now when you're aware. You notice these things way clearer.
Yeah.
Right?
Not the permanent government. It's part of the permanent government. The permanent government is that structure that controls the banking system. It comes out of the secret societies I described earlier. Comes out of the banking system, controls the banking system. It controls the major corporations. It controls government administration. Controls the intelligence agencies, the military. As we go into the deep state.
Full black pill.
And that's always there. If
taking out all of the opium in the room.
How the world's controlled. Look at what's always there. And no matter who comes and goes, that's always there. And for instance, in the Republican Party, you have a group known as the neocons or neoconservatives that controlled the Republican Party. They controlled Bush, for instance, during the post 9/11 period. In the Democrat Party, you have another group that I call the Democons that control the Democratic Party. I'm talking people like George Soros and such like. And the thing to understand is that if you go one step back into the shadows, the neocons and the Democons answer to the same master. They answer to this permanent government. So whoever comes and goes as apparent Democrat or Republican presidents, that permanent government is always in power. And that's why no matter who comes and goes, the world keeps going in the same direction. So, quick one. In September 2000...
See, this is also wrong. Right? That too. But this is also wrong, though. Not everything is going exactly the same way.
This was also 2019.
Yeah, that is true, though.
That's what I was just going to say before you said that is, even though I'm sure he'll say the same thing now, he's commenting on Trump's first term now.
Yeah, sure. But he is still saying the same things. Meaning, let's say Trump does something good that is working against what the elites want, like transgender stuff,
Yeah.
Let's say Trump is talking against transgender. He still finds a way to tie it back to this is a part of the agenda. He's just pretending to be against trans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, either way it goes, it's fucked. So
yeah, those people are boring. So yeah.
Yeah.
An organization in America called the Project for the New American Century, which was made up of people who would very soon afterwards become the Bush administration. We're talking Cheney, Rumsfeld, Wolfowitz, Zakheim, all these people. They produced a document which was demanding that American forces fight what they called multiple theater wars in a list of countries to regime change those countries. Those countries were Iraq, Libya, Syria, Iran, Lebanon, North Korea, China, and so on. After that document was published, and by the way, they said in that document that for this series of regime changes to be justified, they had to have an event that would turn public opinion into supporting that. And this was the wording in that document, September 2000. The process of transformation, or this regime change, would necessarily be slow, absent some catalyzing and catastrophic event like a new Pearl Harbor. 1 year to the month, 9 months after the people that wrote that document came to power, a year after it was published, America had what George Bush called at the time the Pearl Harbor of the 21st century. What happened then is this list started getting ticked off. And Blair went into Iraq based on a lie. Okay,
hold on, pause it real quick.
In comes Obama. Now he's a Democrat.
He is a I'll give him one thing, man. He is a fucking master at the sidestep, bro. He will sidestep your question and then talk you into boredom so you change the subject.
Branching off.
We asked about Trump. He's talking about 9/11. That's what made me get there. I'm like, how did we get here? How did you? First of all, you were asked about QAnon, pretended you didn't know what it was. Then you were it was shortened. What do you think about Trump? And now we're talking about 9/11. We went from flat Earth to fucking the electromagnetic spectrum or some shit. And now we've gone from Trump to 9/11 somehow. So,
do you think he does that because he wants to psychologically tie Trump to all this baggage of 9/11?
Maybe. I think he just doesn't want to answer the question directly because he has some Trump followers who like him and some not Trump followers who like him. So he doesn't want to flat out answer it. So he's just going to beat around the bush. But I mean, you do say that he trashes Trump all the time. So maybe I'm wrong. But it just seems like a fucking sidestep. It seems like something you don't want to answer. So you're going off in this tangent, or he just likes to hear himself talk. I don't know.
That too. I think that's one of the things for sure. But
and I don't have enough to say about Trump, so let me go off on this thing.
Maybe. But you know what I noticed? During the Biden era, he didn't criticize Biden too much. There was one post here and there, maybe.
Yeah.
But not even close to the extent of Trump.
Which
Trump,
is weird
it's like,
because I mean, Biden was fucking
Way weirder,
open
right?
season, man. Fucking, he did something every day you could make fun of.
Yeah, and I used to read on the comments under his post, David Icke. There used to be people saying, "Why didn't you complain this much during Biden?" And that is true. He didn't do that. So that makes me think, why not? Why not? Why didn't you do that? And why are you only commenting this much on Trump? What is it with Trump that you're so worried about? You weren't worried during Biden for some weird ass fucking reason. You should have been
As
way
he's
more
talking about the digital currency and all that he's been talking about for 30 years.
And
That's
COVID.
who drove it in more. I mean, Trump's probably driving it in now also. I'm just saying Biden put it right on fucking track, man. Yeah, and COVID's the obvious fucking one. I mean, I don't get how you get past that.
Well, I'm not saying that he didn't comment on the COVID stuff. I think probably he did, but still, his criticism towards Biden was not even close to Trump during those 4 years.
He's got a script, bro. He's got to stick to it.
Yeah, you're fucking weird, David Icke. And the truth is coming, catching up.
He's not a Republican. And in came David Cameron in Britain, who's a conservative, not a Labour Party man like Blair claimed to be. But they pick off Libya and then start the process of regime change in Syria, which only Russian intervention has stopped.
Hopefully he comes back to Trump soon.
I'm hoping.
In comes Trump. And now look what's happening here.
Sam's on his phone.
What you have, therefore, is a process of what, no matter who's in power, Republican or Democrat, the same process, the same direction of society continues. The same list is being kicked off North Korea as well.
Is this at regular speed?
No, 125.
Okay.
I made sure of that. But it's not long left.
No. That's not why I was asking. That's not why I was asking.
10 minutes left.
It's completely opposite. I was hoping it was at regular speed because, anyway.
Oh, no.
Play it at regular speed for a minute.
You want to hear how that sounds?
Yeah. Play it at regular speed. It's not just him, but yeah, play it at regular speed. I just want to watch it.
Come into the mix under Trump. And it's because the permanent government is driving this and not the cut here today, gone tomorrow politicians. For instance, the man driving the Iran, wanting an Iran war is John Bolton.
Yeah.
Security advisor of Donald Trump. He was a member of the Project for the New American Century that produced this document in September 2000.
Bro, Eddie's about to fall asleep.
If people want to see who's running America, any other country too, come to that. Look at that.
Yeah, because Eddie, I think he's still, at least at that time, he's like a real Q guy, you know, like trust the plan.
That's always there. Don't look at the here today, gone tomorrow people, because
he's probably thinking this motherfucker's taking all of my hopium out.
Yeah.
Like, what the?
They're
fuck?
just pawns in the game. That most.
If you really want to know what I'm thinking, Eddie Bravo's thinking.
Yeah.
I think he's thinking this motherfucker's doing exactly what I thought he was going to do. And that's why he formed the questions exactly how he did and in the order he did, back to back, rapid fire, flat earth, right to Q. Because he knew what he was going to say to both of these, and he just watched him sidestep both of them and go off into some bullshit. And he's like, this motherfucker, I knew he was going to fucking do that.
Yeah, right? It could be.
Most of them don't even understand, though some will.
Mr. Icke, as we
also,
we got
he may have
couple
been
minutes
a
left
fan
here.
of him before and now is disappointed and feeling the never meet your heroes type thing.
Yeah, that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
It's like, my hero wasn't real. That's what he's realizing.
I wanted to ask you, you're somewhat known for your discussions on shape-shifting lizard people. I was told that recently you might have walked back from those statements or felt like maybe
that's like saying
perfect.
Bob Ross is somewhat known for painting, bro. Come the fuck on, dude. Sorry.
Tell us.
He was
can
being,
I say
what's the word? Fuck. I guess democratic works. He was being nice.
Political, correct.
Yeah, he was throwing it out there in a nice way. Let's just put it
somewhat known. I mean, you're known for other things too. I don't want to say just reptilian.
Thing real quick is I've been a fan for 20 years.
Did he just cut him off?
Yeah.
Hold on. Go back real quick. I gotta see this.
Okay, perfect. Can you tell us?
Can I say one thing real quick? Is I've been a fan for 20 years, David. And the one thing that people can't get over is when you talk about the reptilians. And the crazy thing is, most people believe in UFOs. That's fine. Believing in UFOs is fine. But when you start, or like aliens, but when you start talking about reptilians, like, what do you think these fucking UFO pilots look like? If you believe in UFOs, what if a UFO came down and we were told that there were, that reptilian blood, we wouldn't flinch. But when so explain that.
The thing is, I mean, I just say to people who, just look at the night sky, realize you're looking at a tiny part of one galaxy, and the latest estimate I saw is that in the universe, there having been
I'm kind of disappointed now if Eddie doesn't chime in with something. Maybe he doesn't. I don't.
It's
remember.
not his show.
Yeah.
I kind of understand. I get it, but this is a thing that people of his age say, and it's what they taught us when we were kids too. This bullshit about there's more stars in the sky than all the sand at the beach. Bullshit. There is not. Like this, you're just a speck of all of this. Like, of course there's aliens somewhere. You're just one little pinprick in this fucking beach of sand. Like, come on.
And within that
is
a
ridiculous.
bigger galaxy with bunch of stars there too. And within that, there's another one and another one. And then there is some empty space. And then there is another galaxy that collides eventually. They will collide or become expansion. And then it will blow into a black hole.
Oh, God.
And then
So
that will
bad.
take you into another realm of galaxies. Fuck. I used to believe that shit. Like, wow. We really are nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
How? I was thinking, like, if that's true, how in the fuck will we ever get anywhere? Because they say to even reach one of these planets that is close will take 1,000 light years. I won't make that time.
They
during my
can't
lifetime.
design a car that can drive more than 500 miles without having to refuel or recharge or anything. But they're
Yeah.
making it to other fucking planets. Come on, bro.
They would have
it's
to
so
have
bad.
some form of an instrument to measure, send something out, wait for it to come back, to then say that's 10 light years
They claim
away, right?
that, but how do you do that? How do you send something? So light years, nothing can travel faster than light. And light years is a year traveling at the speed of light.
Yeah.
So how can they ever prove that? I know they're like, we send waves out and they go out and come back. How long would that take in real life? Think about that.
Because they can't claim that the wave moves really fast. And, like in a week, they got the answer. Like, oh, it's 10 light years. Like,
it's the same crap they gave us when we were growing up about how, like, some of those stars you see in the sky have already burned out 1 million years ago.
I remember
it
that.
just takes their light so long. That's bullshit. That's a lie. When you turn off a light, you don't see it anymore. It's out. It's done. That's
Gone.
it. Exactly. So if light travels that fast, the absence of light also travels that fast. Period. It's all bullshit. There's not something billions of light years away. That's so ridiculous.
That made me think about that for a moment. Like, where have we ever seen a light that has stopped shining and it has it's still sent
We're
it
just
to
we're
us
just not
with-
far enough away, bro. That's what they're gonna tell you. You've just never been far enough away because any light you can experience is on Earth, and that's too close. It has to be millions of light years away, and it will take millions of years for that light to get here, which means it'll take millions of years for that light to end once it actually burns out. That I want you to believe.
Yeah, but that's bullshit. It's like if a street light suddenly shuts off, then for whoever that was in the near radius of that street light, that light just shut off. There was no being
Yeah, I
sent.
know. We
like,
watched it travel. I know. I'm just saying that's what they're going to tell you. It's too close. It's too
fucking
close. It
retarded.
travels so fast. It's over. That's it.
I think that thing is in the territory of ultimate retardius. Like it makes our brain malfunction, and we just let it go. Like
that's 90% of how they sell things, and 90% of the point. Because just like with the trans thing, if they can get you to say and believe something that's totally against your senses and against reality, and say, I'm going to go against what my eyes and senses are telling me and believe you, they have you already. So they
it's a
get you with
spell.
the heliocentric thing. Then how do you think you sell the trans thing without the heliocentric thing? Like, you can't. And I'm not saying one was a direct step to the other, but if you can get people to deny what their senses tell them, it's much easier to convince them of anything. It's how Stockholm syndrome works. When someone gets kidnapped and their reality's fucking fucked because everything they're getting is just this information from someone feeding them lies, they fall into that and end up siding with their captor and fighting for them in cases when those are the people who kidnap them. That's exactly what they do to us every day. It's just like mass Stockholm syndrome.
So could you say that the globe thing is the original tranny thing? Like the first type of a thing where you believe in something that is not objectively
the first in our lives, or the first in history? Which do you mean? Because it's definitely the first in our lives that we experience. I don't know if it's the first thing they sold in history that was that big of a lie, but in our lives, for sure, the very first thing they teach you when you're a baby is they put planets above you. In kindergarten, when you can't even read or write yet, the planets are up there and they're getting you to memorize their name and their order. Why are they doing that? They're doing that before you can do math. They're teaching you the planet names. Why?
Yeah, is it because they want to set the stage forward, like make your brain scrambled in that way where you believe something that is not really an objective
I think it's
reality?
a double whammy. I think it's that for sure, but I also think that if they don't get you while you're young, they're not going to. Because if you woke up from a coma and had zero memory and you couldn't remember anything, and someone walked up to you on the street and was like, hey man, I know it doesn't seem that way, but we're really on a spinning ball spinning at 1,000 miles an hour right now in a vacuum of space, they would think you were fucking insane, and their adult brain would have to it would be much harder to learn. I get in that situation, everything's fucked, so you would just trust people. But my point is, if you had no teaching of it and someone tried to tell you that, you wouldn't believe it, because everything you experience tells you you're stationary, you're not going anywhere, and that everything's flat. So if they can get you to think the opposite of that, and they have to do it at a young age. So I think it's a double whammy. They can flip you and make you think insane shit, and they have to do it when they're young. I think that's why they do it from the beginning.
Yeah, because also it hasn't fully worked on people like us. Like, we used to believe it was a globe, but now we obviously don't. And we also don't buy the tranny thing. I don't know. It's just a mind fuck. These things are mind fuck.
I think it's so. What did you, when you were in school, were you bored and were you a troublemaker? How were you?
I was more bored. I was also a little bit of a troublemaker, meaning I was trying to get my friends to also skip school.
Yeah.
So we could hang out.
I think the people that had trouble in school, that except for the dumb people, like obviously there are some dumb people who had trouble in school, but the people who had trouble in school but tested smart and are clearly intelligent, I think it's because we intuitively knew that what they were teaching us was bullshit, and we didn't want to be in this prison thing sitting there being fed lies about nonsense and just the way schools work. that's even a whole other subject of training you to be a good consumer and a good business person. Like, be in your seat by the bell, only speak when you're talked to, or raise your hand and to speak, all that shit. Ask to go to the fucking bathroom. That's ridiculous. All that shit.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Not now. Wait until this time.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's not, it's training camp for the society they want you to live in.
So are you then saying that some of us just have that ingrained in us? Like when the teacher told us, sit down, read that book, you can't go to the bathroom, it triggered something in us. Like, what?
Yep.
Fuck you.
Like, why am I here?
Who the fuck are you anyways? And why do I have to be here? Yeah, fuck. Is it my mom or dad who told me I have to be here? What is this? Who the fuck are you?
Why am I here?
Right? So maybe, you're right. Maybe some of us are just, it triggers something in us from an early age where we don't like authority. And
I think so.
From there, we start to question everything else. Like, the fuck is this place? Why are these people doing these things?
To be one galaxy up to the 1920s. They're now, the highest estimate now among scientists is there 2 trillion galaxies.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. More. It's more.
It's just
like 5.7 trillion. Yeah.
The universe. So,
oh, my God.
There is rather a chance we're not alive. You know what I mean? So let's just get that.
Did he say bullshit?
Oh,
got it.
Bullshit.
Did he say bullshit? I think Eddie said bullshit.
My God.
There is rather a chance we're not alive. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
The universe. So,
I knew I liked him. Hold on, I gotta hear it once more.
There is rather a
I gotta
chance
hear
we're
what
not
he says, and then so, it's clear, and I get it. It's clear that Sam's a little bummed about Eddie saying that. I get it. Sam's thing. This dude's there. You have fucking David Icke on. He just said what he said is bullshit, but I love it. I love it.
I love it too. At the end of the day, fuck your show. It's all about the truth. Fuck that guy. Fuck everybody.
No,
the
put it back a
important.
tiny bit. I got to hear what he says that leads up to that again, because it's beautiful.
Yeah.
See, up to the 1920s, they're now the highest estimate now among scientists is there 2 trillion galaxies in the universe. So,
oh my God.
There is rather a chance we're not alive. You know what I mean? So let's just get that out of the way. Where did this reptilian thing
And
come
now let
from?
me speed it up.
Also, David Icke has echo cancellation on, I think, motherfucker.
Yeah, right? That's why his voice.
A darkened room, smoking some weed or something.
What's wrong with that, bro?
I'm basically a journalist who doesn't have an editor that says you can't say that and you can't go there. And what happened is
Hold on.
Was traveling.
Is he, like, honestly, I don't know. You followed him. Is he really a journalist? Like, the stuff he talks about, where is he getting his information from? Is it speculation? Does he show documents of where he researched this stuff? Did he talk to people to get this information? Because then if he did talk to people, then how is it I've said this since then? No, you asked people. Like, that's like me saying, oh, I've said that germs are fake since whenever because a guest on our podcast said it. That's not me saying it. That's me taking it from them and then saying it. But
forwarding it.
So my point
is,
right? is he a journalist? Would he classify as a journalist?
Yes, I think he said, like, I'm like a journalist. I go where the information takes me, and people contact me and they want to tell me stories, and I listen.
Well, I don't know enough about him. I'm just saying.
Hold on, that's a good point, though. He is kind of like a journalist. Most of his stuff is from talking to people with stories. They come to him. The whole reptilian thing is one of them, I think. Like, I heard it from that person. I thought it was whack. Then I heard it from another person. I thought, okay, whack, but okay, now we have 2 people. And then I heard it from multiple people. And that's where I found, okay, there must be something to the reptilian thing.
So I know maybe it's splitting hairs, but I do think if that's the case, again, I don't know enough about him. If that's the case, then he should be saying, like, I've talked to people about this 30 years ago. He shouldn't be saying, like, I've been saying for 30 years. But I know that's splitting hairs. I'm just saying it's...
Yeah, but he is more like a journalist, so he shouldn't make these claims that, like, he shouldn't make all of these truths
Yeah, or like
being
I've been
owned
covering
by him. Yeah.
Like, so if a journalist covered the war 30 years ago, they would say, like, I've been saying this since 30 years ago when I talk to these people, or when I've
Yes.
covered this, or something
He
like that.
doesn't-
Not just,
He doesn't really do that.
And that's clear because every few sentences, it's like I said, I've been saying this long, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But
that's a good point, though. I haven't thought about it that way. Like, it's not really your knowledge either now. It's most of it is
Yeah.
from other people. And here
every
you are,
time
like a
I
child.
say,
It's my information.
every time I say, like I've said before, or something like that, it's a natural idea that I came up with on my own. And it's usually prefaced by, I'm probably crazy, but blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
When it's someone else, I just say, oh, we talked about this a long time ago. So-and-so. Like, that's me, though. But I do think it's weird, and I do think it's strange that he constantly has to remind people that he said it first. You heard it here first.
That's a very good observation there. Really. Let's
America
finish
in the
this.
1990s. And
Also,
in a
I love
period
Eddie
of
Bravo
15 days,
more now.
and I was traveling to a different city
Right.
every day, 12 different people described the same thing to me.
I would love to have Eddie Bravo here to talk about this specific topic.
As
you know what
one
I
of
mean?
my dream guests, because he's a
Right.
person that I think is real. People can say whatever they want. I don't care. Not that I've ever heard anybody really talk shit on him, because they're probably afraid to get beat up. I just think he seems like a real motherfucker and just
Yeah.
says, this is what I believe. He doesn't try to
Yeah.
tell you that's the truth. This is what I believe, blah, blah, blah. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Eddie, if you ever see this, come on, man. Get on. Get
Come
on
on,
here.
man.
It would be fantastic. You're a fucking great guy.
Seeing someone who appeared to be human change into a reptilian form and back again. Not always reptilian, but in this case they were. And that was the, if you like, the trigger
There's
that
5
started
this
a lot of
We're good.
that kind of information coming into my life. Whenever I went, came back to Britain, I was doing the same thing. So then I'm thinking, okay, what I do when I come across something apparently crazy is I don't just go, oh, load of rubbish. I put it on the back burner. And I
Except
see
flat Earth.
Except flat Earth.
And QAnon.
Exactly. Yeah.
Those you put on the back burner and never look back on the back burner.
See what else comes. And eventually,
Put it on the
not
back
always, but
burner.
most times, you'll get enough information eventually that your line will cross and you'll actually start putting it out there. You
Oh,
know
yeah,
what's going to
except
come
flatter.
back, but I'm interested in the truth, not a round of applause. And when I start meeting people, 'cause I was traveling America a lot at the time, shall we say insiders of the military intelligence complex who don't like what's going on, and they were telling me about this stuff, about
You
this
see?
reptilian stuff.
Journalist shit. He's
Yep.
doing journalist jobs. That's what he does. He's a supposed journalist. I mean,
So he should
you know.
be saying covering, not saying. Like I've been covering for 30 years. I'd be
Exactly.
okay with that. I'd be fine
Yeah.
with that.
You're right, because when he says, I've been saying, it sounds more like a guru that sees into the future
Yeah.
at that point. And he was right. He wants to be a cult leader. He wants to be a cult leader. That's it. You're cutting out now.
Like,
Now you're back. Now you're back. Did you say anything?
I said the cult of Ike.
Yeah, the cult of Ike. He wants to be a cult leader. What a thing to find
Drink
out.
the Kool-Aid. The
Yeah,
reptilian
20.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah. You're a journalist, man.
Behind this it's a non-human force that, not in its entirety, but it's controlling left.
Oh,
I guess even the echo cancellation is like tired of him speaking. It's like you
it's
know.
worn out.
yeah, it's like fuck it.
This was only an hour. Fuck.
I start traveling and I start meeting shamans around. Like,
Anybody that doesn't know, echo cancellation is a thing inside of these studios that muffles your voice. So if anybody didn't know what echo cancellation is, it's probably what David Icke has on. That's why it sounds muffly, or it's an internet connection. Either way,
religion is, and
maybe the internet was tired of him too.
Shamans from the Zulu nation in South Africa.
Oh my
and
God,
others.
Zulu! You're going to
They
Zulu.
start telling me the ancient legends and accounts of the gods.
Like, so
took
yeah,
a reptilian
Trump-
form and were manipulating.
Yeah, right.
This dude went to Zulu from
Right.
Human society going back thousands of years. The Zulus call them the Chitahuri or the
okay, no. There was another question about reptilians, and that's where.
That's right.
Children of the serpent, or the devastators, as they also call them. And so what happened over a long period is that this information is building.
It's a good bedtime story.
From ancient and modern and people's experiences.
I would love him to read not read, speak stories so that I fall asleep, you know? And the Zulus and
the point where I thought I'm going to go with this because
and the reptilians.
Once you do that, then a lot more information starts coming because people think I can't say about my experience because I think I'm mad. Realize that you won, and you'll give them a hearing. And it's interesting. We talk about shapeshifting.
What does he think about 9/11?
Earlier.
He thinks about, it's
but what does he think it was? An inside job, but does he think it was there were planes? Does he think they were holograms?
No, I think he still believes there was planes, but it was a controlled demolition. Yeah. I don't know if it's updated that since. I haven't looked into it because it's a tedious process to build it back up. I mean, to look into all of his stuff.
This is the big resistance to shapeshifting, and I completely understand.
It's a tedious process.
People say you can't change from a solid body to a solid body and back again. You can't. And you can't. But the body's not solid. The body is an information field. It's a waveform information field. On one level, we call it the auric, but it's the information field. It's like a
echo cancellation. Let's go.
And these
more echo cancellation, please.
That actually drive this cabal have hybrid genetics. They have hybrid information fields. One is human, one is not human. Often reptilian, but not always. Yes. Therefore, as they are operating within human society, the field that is the dominant one is the human field.
I have to say this. I think you're right with, he likes to bombard you with a bunch of shit because he wants to tire your brain, because when somebody speaks a lot, there's a lot of words that gets processed by your brain, whether you like it or not. That is tiring. It's fatiguing you. And I think that's what he's doing. He's trying to fatigue you. Yeah. It's like, all right, you know what? I agree, David. You just surrender. Yeah, you're right about everything. Where's the black pill? Give it. Give it. I need it.
Hand it to me, please.
I'm decoding in the way that I've described. I'm decoding the human field. I see a human. If that non-human field becomes the dominant one, which it can happen not by choice, people to real deep levels of fury and rage, the electrical charge of that can shift this hybrid field. Many people have described that to me around the world over the years. But if that other field becomes the dominant one, then suddenly to the observer, they were decoding the human field. I'm looking at a human. Now suddenly they're decoding a non-human field. And to the observer in the decoded perception, someone's just changed from a solid human body to a solid non-human body. But that's not what's happened. The field of information has shifted. And if you go and look at ancient shamanistic accounts around the world, not just reptilian shape-shifting, but shape-shifting is part of their culture. Because
actually agree with him on
they
this
understand
to a
that reality
point,
is not the solid reality that we
still.
think it is, and therefore what people say is impossible. It's not impossible if you see reality as it really is. I'll tell you a quick story if I've got time about this. Okay. It was in California, funnily enough. I turned up at a multi-speaker conference. It was quite a few years ago now. And there was someone speaking in the hall, and I just arrived, and I was walking around, and I walked in the little area where people were selling books, and there was only one person there, and he was a good old boy, kind of, patriotic American guy, right? And he wrote or published a newspaper, an alternative newspaper. And he said to me, "Oh, nice to meet you." He said, "I like your stuff," he said, "but this reptilian stuff, this shape-shifting stuff, I can't get my head around that." And I said, like I say to everyone else, take what feels right, leave the rest. 24 hours later, he's come up to me. He says, "I know what you mean." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I've just seen it." "Seen what?" He said, "I've seen a shift." And he told this story. He'd written an article in this newspaper that he published, the edition before. And another speaker arrived who took big exception to it. And they were having this enormous row in a bar right in reception in this hotel. It's in Santa Clara. And so much so, the manager came over and said, "Gentlemen, would you please leave because you're upsetting the guests." So this guy, this good old boy, he said, I'm out of here. So he walks towards the elevator. And stands and presses the floor, and it starts to close. This guy, who's
hold on, I have to say this quickly. How the fuck does he remember all these details about such an old memory like that?
The wind was blowing slightly to the left as a bird chirped in the distance.
You know, they're saying
dew in the air.
Yeah, they're saying these body language people or whatever, the people that exposes fake liars, they say usually when somebody's lying about something, they come up with these fucking small details about what they recall, and it's just that's not how it's supposed to be. That you remember these details.
That's not how people naturally tell stories.
Yeah, and he's like, we sat at the bar, and the owner got angry, upset about us, and then the elevator was opening. Yeah, the elevator was opening like that, and then he was like, whoa, and then he said, very weird. This sounds like bullshit.
Furious with him, given what I said earlier about that. Puts his arm through the elevator, the door's open, and he goes right in his face. And I know of this guy. He does that. And this guy said his eyes were reptilian, clear as day. Their eyes had changed from human to reptilian. And that's something that's been described to me endless times around the world. If they don't experience this full body shift, which takes...
Yet, there's been like 20, 30 years since he's been saying these things, and we have yet to see any real evidence of a reptilian. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't believe it's possible, but I've not seen true reptilianisms. I mean,
the only thing that I think is crazy about this, that's like someone bumping into me somewhere and us getting into a discussion about how satellites are fake, and then them coming to me and saying, oh my God, a satellite crashed in my backyard last night and it was on a balloon. Like, I get shit happens, but what are the odds that this dude was a non-believer, and then the day he saw him, he happens to not only, like, if I thought he was going to say, like, oh, I looked it up and looked at some of your videos and I see it now, that's one thing. But if it's, I didn't believe you and now I saw a reptilian shape-shift their eyes in front of me in the last 24 hours, it's a little sus.
The odds are not good, man. I agree. Yeah.
More energy, obviously. Yeah. Then the eyes are the first things to go. And they take on a reptilian look, not a human look with a round pupil. And I've been told so many stories around the world by so many people who are totally unconnected to each other.
Did he say globe?
And in the end, you say...
I think so. Let me see.
A human look with a round pupil. And I've been told so many stories around the world by so many people who are totally unconnected to each other.
Of course.
And in the end, you say, look, I've got so much information. I've had so much confirmation. The only reason that I won't put this out is I know what people will say. Well, I don't give a damn what people say. I'm not interested in what people say in terms of they have a right to their opinion, but not a right to stop me having mine. And so I'm interested in what's happening. And I can tell you after 30 years, and you guys have done research as well, so you'll know as well, this world is not just a little bit not like we thought it was. This world is nothing like we thought it was. And only when we realize that...
Except the globe, yeah.
It's still a ball.
That one was really real.
What's really
but the moon's an egg spaceship.
Yeah.
It doesn't at the moment.
T-shirt idea.
David, I can't thank you enough for coming on the show. You were absolutely excellent. You came, you saw, you kicked a whole lot of ass, and I'm so thankful that you would spend a little time with our little show. His movie is Renegade. His website is davidicke.com. Man, I appreciate it. I hope you do some speaking engagement in Los Angeles, because I'd love to hear you talk for a long period of time.
I'd love to.
Do you really love to hear him talk for a long
period of time?
Are you nuts?
That he threw that in there. I like that. I think that was.
You think that was a poke? For a long period of time, really long, like forever.
I'd love to hear you ramble on for hours.
Dude, it's funny. We did not plan to make this a David Icke episode, but it just happened. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's good. I mean, he is trending. He's complaining about, where is my credit?
Oh, yeah, I wrote down the time when he said, I could say. That's going up. That's going up. As soon as you upload that shit, I'm going to go in there and clip it out.
Hopefully he sees this video, or at least his followers sees this video.
Well, anyone who's seen that post is going to see it when I quote tweet it with the clip from this, for sure.
Yeah,
so.
Because you, his followers, and I used to be one, but you, his followers, you got some explaining to do after watching this. and what we talked about here, because what we talked about here is quite valid. And if you guys don't have a good response to this,
that's on
it's
you.
not looking good. It's not looking good. It really doesn't look good for you guys now.
No, we're fucked. We're fucked, man.
So it's going to be exciting to see.
We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah.
No, it'll be good, man. It's good.
I can't wait.
This is the most I've ever watched him speak. I will say that ever.
Oh, really?
Like by 100 times. I've only seen little clips of his. And
dude, I've
really
been on
impressed.
two of his concerts, speeches. It's 10 hours each. 10 hours. You sit there and listen to him on stage, going through the PowerPoint slideshow. He has like a slideshow.
And you've been there twice?
Twice with a previous girlfriend from 2012 or something, 2011, some shit like that, and with Feline. We actually. Hold on before we go. This is also the most fucked up thing about this, because when I first went on date with Feline, the first date, 10 minutes in, she was like, I'm going to see David Icke in Estonia, which is close to Sweden, another country. Mm-hmm. You want to go with me? And I was like, fuck, she knows about David Icke. Fuck yeah, I'll go. Well, that was when I was really into David Icke. But it's funny, that guy is part of why I became like, oh, Feline is...
And now look.
And now look. And now look. Yeah, so we went there, 10 hours as well. I think I almost fell asleep at the end.
I mean, that's a long fucking time, man. I don't blame you.
Back then, I didn't think too much of it. I was like, yeah, it's good, 10 hours. Now I'm thinking, he just wants to bombard your brain. It's like other type of brain. Yeah, other type of brainwashing.
Overload.
Yeah.
I've got you now.
So, but very interesting. I didn't know that you barely have seen him. So now you've seen him more than enough, I guess.
Than ever. Yeah. I mean, now I kind of want to watch some of his old stuff to laugh at him, because that was pretty good.
Right? I mean, maybe we spared you hours and hours of David Icke now.
Probably. I mean, you saved my life.
Yeah, because this is all you need to know. He doesn't believe in flat Earth. He doesn't want to look into flat Earth. And also Q doesn't want to look into Q. So, any final words?
He loves galaxies.
Yeah, trillions of them, he believes. There is trillions.
Pinpricks, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Maniac. Don't forget to go to phoneboothpodcast.substack.com. You got 8 podcasts. Everybody's there. Join in the fun. Don't be the last person to come in there and hang out. It's a cool place to be. You got exclusive content. You got the free content, but you got some good shit behind the wall. Even more coming every day. Go check it out. And don't forget to check out canambullion.com to get your gold, silver, platinum coins, bars, bullion, all of it. Go there. Order some. Buy it right away. Don't put it in your cart and leave it sitting there, because it changes every minute. Every minute.
Oh, yeah. The price.
The price. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.
Yeah. Peace out.